Shalom, Makim. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Bakar Kadash. They were honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutation to all the Akim and all for across earth which push the truth and sincerity. Shalom, Makim. I want to get into this article right here. Something that we been talking about for quite some time. You know, letting the people know that this is what you call a proxy war once again, man. You know, where you have the big heads, and in this case, the big heads will be Russia, the United States, which truthfully have always been the real big heads when it comes to this world and war. You know, and it's been going on since after the end of World War II, when they took down the Germans. You know, Russians took the part of the Germans, man, you know, as America's next enemy. Truthfully, during World War II, they were their enemy right then and there, but they just had to play the role. They were friends, you know. It's a movie I like to watch. General Patton's in it. I can't think of the name of it right now. And he says that he's like, we shouldn't be worried about these damn Germans. The Russians are the real enemies. And this was during World War II, you know. But back to the point of this video, and what I'm showing here on the screen is America has been at odds with Russia forever and a day, and they have things called proxy wars that they play out on different places. In South America, in the 80s, they had the Contras, where you had America backing one group and the Russians backing another group. Go to Afghanistan, Mujahideen was backed by one group, and America backed the other group. And America backed the group that had Saddam Hussein in it. Not Saddam Hussein, Slaki. I can't think of his name right now. God damn it. Oh, Bin Laden. They had Bin Laden. One group was backing Bin Laden, the other group was backing, you know, the guys that were trying to take him down. And these are once again called proxy wars, where they go ahead and they send military aid, money. You know, they bomb different areas. Slaki. They bomb different areas. They take out different infrastructures and points. You know, and they and it's just like I said, and they move different things. Materials get moved through different areas. Different things are set up. Puppet mayors and presidents are set up when these proxy wars come through, because at the end of the day, they're just there to try out the new weapons as well as to disrupt their normal way of life. Proxy wars happen in a lot of these so-called third world countries. You know, South America, Central America has always had different types of proxy wars. I just explained one. Middle East has always had proxy wars, where you might have the U.S. backing one group and Saudi Arabians backing another group, or the Iranians backing another group. You know, it's always something. Vietnam War, China had poured interest in the Viet Cong. You know, it's just what it is. So they let the Vietnamese fight it out, and if they needed help, then the Chinese would come down and help them. It was the same thing during the Korean War. It's just what happens, man. So it says the Pentagon hired contractors everywhere on the battlefield in Ukraine. And this is something that I've been pushing for some time, and now we have hardcore evidence that, you know, you have these mercs and mercenaries that are going over here to Ukraine to help fight, to push this agenda. Because it's not like they're freeing Ukrainian people from the Russians, because we know that that's just propaganda. See, you people need something. You need an enemy. You need a boogeyman to go after. And so our leaders always paint a picture of a hell of a boogeyman. When I was a kid, they had Saudi Arabians as the boogeyman, and Saddam Hussein was the boogeyman, you know. And people were gun ho out their mind to go ahead and hunt them down. Men were they were recruiting heavy in the army around that time, man. You know, recruiting was very heavy around that time. You had recruiting centers all over America around that time. You know, so America always looks for a boogeyman. You know, let me bring this out real fast because it's going on what I'm saying. It's Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. So our leaders lead our people to go to war, and lead our people to think that these different class of people are our enemies. But in all actuality, it's Esau's enemy. It is our enemy, really. But right now, who's in control of us is Esau, and he gets us to go fight his wars for him, man. You know. So our leaders are leading us to err, and they're leading us to death at the end of the day. When you look at a lot of these wars, who are the number one people who they take, man? You fucking Israelites, man. You know, you're the main ones. That he goes to the ghettos. You know, he puts they got things called selective service. They got recruiting. You know, I had one homeboy, his teeth were so bad, he was like, fuck it, man, I gotta go to the fucking military because my teeth are bad, man. My family does not have enough money to fucking pay for me to get my teeth fixed, so I gotta go be a hired gun, man. You know, and that's just what it was. And they fixed his teeth to the fullest. As soon as he signed that dotted line, they had him in a dentist chair, man. You know? But that was that was his payment, so to speak, you know? But we jacked up out here, man. We're in these jacked up conditions, man. So, you know, our enemies know what we'll do to get money. So let me read a little bit of this and then bring out some more verses. It says, U.S. auxiliaries are popping up in Kiev's armed forces. French intelligence reportedly believes. And if you know anything about the French, you know they got the French Legionnaire. And French Legionnaire, they'll go fight anywhere in the world, man. Basically, you know, to keep France's hold upon its interests in the world. That's their motto, damn near. He says, Ukrainian forces have had the American military at their side from the start of the conflict with Russia. The magazine Concierge cited a well-placed analyst and French intelligence as saying, Pentagon hired contractors are allegedly everywhere on the battlefield. You know. The claim was published by the right-wing outlet last week in an analysis of the 5-month-long Russian and Ukraine conflict, which is stated it's not the fight of David against Goliath, contrary to what many people believe. And that is the main thing they push out here, man. This is a David versus Goliath thing. Mind you, solid 5 to 10 years ago, America had beef with Ukraine, you know? They were not in cahoots with Ukraine, you know. But now all of a sudden, America has put their puppet president into office. Now everything's hunky dory over there, man. You know, and they pouring out all the money and resources and funds to help Ukraine and the people too. You know, he says in Ukraine, the Pentagon for the first time subcontract large-scale warfare. The magazine cited as a source as saying these mercenaries come in addition to the gigantic military aid provided to Kiev by Russia and are not necessarily frontline fighters, according to Caesar. So once again, man, you got these mercenary fighters, you know, that are over there imposing their will, because at the end of the day, we know the reason that Russia invaded Ukraine was because of Ukraine's super interest in putting Western NATO rockets aimed towards Moscow in Russia, man. You know, as well as they had this proof. They had chemical labs down there on the border, man. So anytime the enemy can do what he wanted to do. Yeah, so Russia's back was up against the wall, so to speak. So it had to make its move. But right now, like I said, this is a subcontracted war. This is not the type of war that everybody's putting it up to be. This is not just Russia just bullying on Ukraine, as the media is trying to portray it as. Like we know, in real war, when the United States invaded Iraq, you know, the first 3 days of the invasion, the United States was strategically hitting the infrastructure. That's real war. When you knock out the country's infrastructure, whether the water, the food line, you burning that stuff up, that's war, man. And that's barbaric war, but it's war, man. That means it's real, Check out also how the United States did Vietnam, during the Vietnam War conflict, They unleashed bombs upon bombs. They bombed villages, they bombed farmlands, they bombed everything. They poisoned stuff, Russia's not done none of these things to Ukraine. So, contrary to what a lot of these sheeple are believing, this is more of a proxy war, and this devil, he's riling his people up, man. He's riling up to get ready for war, man. He's done it once and he's done it before, man. And the people will blindly go into it. Like I said earlier, they're looking for an enemy. They're looking for the boogeyman, And right now, who's the boogeyman? Russia, man. This is Proverbs 14:22. Do they not err that devise evil? But mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good, man. And that's what we're going to need. We're going to need the Lord to help us devise these good things to come, man. We're going to need the Lord's mercies in this time, man. Don't let this devil pull you into his military, into his conflicts, man. We are wise now in these last days, man. The only thing that you should be preparing for, your mind and soul, is for the Lord coming back, man. Doing what you need to do, man. Getting right with the Lord, man. Not trying to join this devil's military and join his proxy wars, which he's sold our people for so long, and our people have jumped into him blindly. Those days are over with, man. And truthfully, they ain't that far away, man. They had, like I said at the beginning, and I always named, you got the Desert Storm Wars, man. Our people jumped in that daily, man. Blindly, man. And like I say, who are the number one people they get is Israelites, man. Vietnam War numbers. What was the number one state that they recruited from was Puerto Rico, And then after that is Jake, all through the wars, whether it be World War II, Civil War, whatever war you want to go to, man. But yeah, I just saw this in this, found this little article, and it said Pentagon hired contractors everywhere on the battlefield in Ukraine. Just added on to the point that I've been making, that this is a proxy war, and that you got mercenaries over there fighting, and it's the reason why Pentagon ain't called the U.S. troops over there yet, man. They're sending Ukraine off, but it's a battlefield, man. That's what it is. Ukraine is nothing but more than a battlefield right now. Even though the infrastructure is still up, a lot of the people are fleeing and everything, and so that's allowing different corporations to come in too as well, man, to set up what they want to set up, man. With that being said, this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.